This is Dabu7. I want to talk about these signs here in the end times that we're seeing in the heavens, marked out as we were told they would be, and exactly what's happening right before our very eyes as this is all unfolding. Now, as I pointed out in many other videos, we are approaching this April 4th, 2015 blood moon. I also pointed out in recent videos how going out a time and half a times brings you to the central blood moon that holds a lot of significance, if not by you and other people around you, to some of the elite people controlling the game on this planet. Now, when you look to the Bible code, many references show that Israel in 5775 will be in a time of trouble. Now, the last time we seen a blood moon tetrad like this, Israel was going through the same type of drama. Now, as you can see, 5775 runs through a majority of 2015. Now, the important thing I want to draw your attention to here is where we sit right now, January 2015. By looking at this chart, you would think January 1st is where the center's up to, but it's not it. It's off scale a little bit here, but they're the best charts I have to go off of. October 8th, April 4th would center this at January 6th. Now, from January 6th on, our world has changed in a sense, especially when it comes to this world stage. Because right on cue, we had events spark in Paris, and since then, it has been constant every day in the headlines. And what was the attacks launched at? A Jewish market. So they start protecting the Jews here. FBI here in DC, Jewish-owned businesses targeted by who? And then, after told not to come to France, Israel moves in. Netanyahu shows his face, and he tells all of the Jews of Europe to come back to Israel. Come home to Israel. This is significant. This is dead center, middle of this blood moon tetrad. This event ushers in everything that we're seeing now and that they're going to continue to do. Now we see fear on the rise as Jews in France weigh an exit. This exodus back to Israel. Not safe. French Jews maul leaving as a record number are expected to leave. Amid what? These fears. These fears that they have not felt since World War II. Since your last blood moon tetrad. Now, when looking at this tetrad, like I said, we sit at January 2015. It set everything into motion. From here, the next key event or key time on this timeline would be this March 20th eclipse. This has all sorts of events packed in to one big day. This will have a big time eclipse, the central eclipse, that will just so happen to also fall on New Year's, the religious one, Nisan. So the New Year's, the Equinox, and the eclipse, all happening right here on this day. Now, I'm going to do an updated video approaching this date, dealing with the light spectrum and everything that's going on with this date. Right behind it, we have the next blood moon on Passover, of all days. So this is what we're approaching here. Big events in the skies marked out when it comes to this equinox, New Year's eclipse. They deem it as big time. Okay, it may not seem big to others out there, but to the ones running the playbook out here, 5775 is deemed to be a big year. And as I've just shown you, they've already set things in motion. They're calling the Jews back to Israel. Now, those that have been paying attention know that there's a separation between the different tribes, the true Jews and the not true Jews. And some would warn that knowing that these evil entities have taken over the government and the powers, would care not for the true people and would be putting them in harm's way. They have to pull off an event at some point in this timeline. And I believe it will be like every other event that they're known for. And they will attack themselves and blame someone else, potentially Damascus, and they will level the Temple Mount, or they will, in a sense, have that chance to reclaim that whole area and start to build the final temple. It's what's in their plans. And to try to get this done by 2018, it looks to me like the ball just started rolling. Seriously, putting myself in perspective at this point in time, when you align here, just by looking at this picture, it kind of says it. Dead center in time. From that January 6th date, within that 24-hour period, it's like we crossed over a boundary. No turning back. And right on cue, they set these events into motion. You see? And only because of those events was Netanyahu on that podium calling all the Jews back to Israel. Step by step, they're doing it. Running it right out of their playbook. I'll be doing updated videos on the approaching eclipse. Until then, it's been Dabu7, Eyes to the Skies.